Hello, and welcome back to Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 914. The category is Gaming Worlds. This quiz was sent in by a viewer named Jason. As I read through the questions, I got nostalgic. There are a lot of great games in here, some real classics. If you're not familiar with video gaming, this is probably going to be a tough one. In fact, even if you are familiar with video games, it'll probably still be tough. So good luck. Question number 1. Spinning off into a live-action film series, comic books, novels, and more, the Resident Evil franchise has cemented itself as a leader in the horror video game genre. The series takes place mainly in which fictional Midwestern United States city? Resident Evil takes place in Raccoon City. Question number 2. Albion has moved players from the medieval period in the original game through the Age of Enlightenment in the second installment to the Industrial Revolution in the third game, with a distinct focus on player development through the concept of morality. What game series calls Albion home? The answer is Fable. Question number 3. With a fictional world based around those of Middle-earth and Westeros, the Dragon Age game series has seen players take the role of a recruit in a legendary order of warriors, as the eldest child of a refugee family, and as an inquisitor, all facing challenges that would ultimately shape what world? The answer is Thedas. Question number 4. Commander Shepard in the first 3 games of this game series progressed beyond the Milky Way galaxy, with the 4th game introducing a new cast of characters, protagonist, and the Andromeda Galaxy. What sci-fi action RPG series sees players protecting the galaxy from the Reapers? The answer is Mass Effect. Question number 5. Following the player character of Geralt of Rivia and based on the book series of the same name, it has expanded to see Henry Cavill play the character in a live-action TV series. What game series is set on a monster-laden unnamed continent that allows players to be a magically enhanced monster hunter? The answer is The Witcher. Question number 6. With a power derived from radiation-like emulsion and the scene of events such as the Pendulum Wars and the emergence day of the Locust Hordes, what is the name of the planet that is home to Marcus Phoenix, the COG, and the Gears of War franchise? The answer is Sarah. Question number 7. First released in 1986, this game series has had 11 original installments and several spin-offs, and centers around the unique worlds with little to no continuity between the games. What is the name of this RPG with homeworlds including the original Alefgard, then the Overworld, and then Trodain? The answer is Dragon Quest. Question number 8. Pokemon has taken place in fictional versions of real-world places such as the distinctly Hawaiian Alola, the British-styled Galar region, and in traditionally Japan-inspired regions such as Sinnoh and Johto. What region was used in the original games based on and named for a real region of Japan? The answer is Kanto. Question number 9. As one of the gaming worlds to create more despair for gamers than almost any others, Lordran is famous for the emotional damage its inhabitants cast onto players from as soon as the first tutorial. Cited as one of the greatest video games ever made, Lordran is the home world of which 2011 action RPG? The answer is Dark Souls. Question number 10. With all but the second game, which took place in Anywhere, USA, taking place across 3 fictional locations based on real-life cities in the United States, Liberty City, San Andreas, and Vice City, what game is published by Rockstar Games? The answer is Grand Theft Auto. Question number 11. The Diablo game series is Blizzard's pinnacle action RPG dungeon crawler game series that centers around the player's character as they try and save the world of what world from the title antagonist Diablo and the evils of the burning hells? The answer is Sanctuary. Question number 12. Featured in comics, novels, and a recently aired live-action television series, stories from Reach, Earth, and the Installation have been overshadowed by the game's multiplayer shooter success. Which game series centers mostly around Master Chief and humanity's battle against the Covenant? The answer is Halo. Question 13. This world also lends its name to the game it is associated with. This survival horror series birthed 8 main games, each taking the player through his fictional, misty American town, as well as 2 moderately successful films. What is the name of this town where some may encounter Pyramid Head? The answer, Silent Hill. Question 14. The Mushroom Kingdom will see you run and jump your way through several levels on your journey to defeat Goombas, Koopa Troopers, and Bowser in order to rescue Princess Peach. Which eponymous plumber lends his name to the game series, which also includes characters such as Luigi and Yoshi? That plumber's name is Mario. Question number 15. The Elder Scrolls series takes place across the planet Nirn on the continent of Tamriel. Earlier games in the series have occurred in the regions of High Rock, Hammerfell, Morrowind, and Cyrodiil, while the latest in the series, released in 2011, took place in what eponymous region of Tamriel? The answer is Skyrim. Question number 16. Another of Nintendo's staple game series, The Legend of Zelda sees players control Link, an elf-like character that is unique incarnations of the character tasked with rescuing or aiding, depending on the game in the series, Princess Zelda in which fictional world inspired by medieval Western Europe? That fictional world is Hyrule. Question 17. A radioactive wasteland that was inspired by the threat of nuclear war between the USA and the USSR in the 1950s has come to define this gaming series. What game series features mutated creatures and is famous for Nuka-Cola and using bottle caps as currency that takes place on a post-nuclear Earth? That game is Fallout. Question number 18. While the third game in this retro-futuristic series was a prequel set on a floating city of Columbia, the original and second installments occurred in the underwater city of Rapture. In which game series might one encounter Big Daddies and Little Sisters as you fight off splicers? The answer is BioShock. Question number 19. Named for the region that the player finds themselves in, this open-ended game allows players to grow crops, raise livestock, mine, forage, sell produce, and socialize with the townspeople. What game was inspired by and began as a fan-made alternative to previously successful Harvest Moon game series? The answer is Stardew Valley. And question 20. Almost more famous for its lack of a demanded third installment to the series and the game's co-founder Gabe Newell, what game series takes place in places such as City 17, Ravenholm, Citadel, and the Black Mesa Research Facility, collectively considered part of the Valveverse? That game series is Half-Life. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. Thank you again to Jason for submitting this great trivia quiz. I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with video games, and this one still was quite a bit of a challenge. So I'd imagine if you're not big into games, this one gave you quite a bit of trouble. Which is why I've aired it in between Friday night pub quiz and tomorrow night, which will be the lightning round, 2 general knowledge themed trivia quizzes. So if this one is not up your alley, you can play yesterday's, or you can stick around for tomorrow's, which will be lightning round number 20, I think. Also, we have 913 other episodes. You can go back and find a category that you do like. If you go to roadtripvia.com, it'll take you straight to the video page of the YouTube channel, or you can just go over to playlists, or you can type in Road TRIpVIA and just about any category that you can think of, and it'll bring up our options for video trivia quizzes. Thank you again to Jason. Great episode. I really appreciate it. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker for Video Game World Trivia. Starting its life as a real-time strategy game series, Warcraft has evolved into one of the world's most played MMORPGs of all time as the World of Warcraft, and expanding into the online collectible card game market with Hearthstone. All games in the series share what high fantasy world? The World of Warcraft is set in the world of Azeroth. That is it for today. See you back here tomorrow for lightning round. And if you haven't caught yesterday's pub quiz, feel free to check that out. Link right here.